Well, hello again, sports bettors. Jonathan here from the School of Bets, and in this video we're going to look at why you should be betting with multiple sports books. Well, the first reason you should be betting with multiple sports books is really quite simple. It is because you've got to get the best odds. If you're going to be profitable long term when betting on sport, you need to be able to access the best odds. And the way to do that is to shop around. And so multiple sportsbooks gives you the opportunity to look around to find the best odds. You might choose a market that you like, and then it's about finding that extra 1, 2, 5, 10%, whatever it may be, to improve your profit margin at the end. Essentially what you're trying to do is reduce the amount of juice that the sportsbook is taking. The misconception about sportsbooks is that one will have better odds than the other. Now that may be true when it comes to, say, the point spread. You might see a minus 110 across the board with one sportsbook, but a minus 112 with another sportsbook. And of course that's a problem. However, generally what happens when you compare sportsbooks is that one is better in one particular market and another's better in another market, and it's all over the place. So that's why you need to shop around. Now we know when betting on sport, particularly minus 110 markets, that you need to win at 52.38% of the time just to break even. So if you can find an extra 1 or 2% by shopping around with your sports books, then you're going to be better off in the long run because you're more chance of beating the 52.38%. So shopping around for the best odds at multiple sports books gives you the best chance of being profitable. The second reason you need to be betting with multiple sports books is it gives you the chance to capitalize on promotions. Now, sportsbooks will always be offering promotions because they're looking to draw your business in from another book to them. Now, you need to let them compete for your business and let them compete with promotions. There's nothing better than betting with some free money, or at least getting some insurance if a bet you place was to lose. Now, here's the thing with promotions. You really should only be using them as maybe 10%, maybe 15% of your betting, and that's it. If you overuse them, it's kind of against the spirit of what the promotion is. And it's a very quick way to alert a sportsbook to the fact that you're kind of abusing the promotions. So just use them about 10% of the time. But the beauty of shopping around or using multiple sportsbooks when looking for promotions is that you may choose a market or find a market that you like. Then after the fact, you may see a promotion that relates to that market. And so it's like a double bonus for you. You found a market, you liked some value, you saw it there, and now there's a promotion to go with it. If you're just betting with one sportsbook, you might miss that opportunity. Of course, on top of that is deposit bonuses. As you open accounts with new sportsbooks, you're going to get given a juicy deposit bonus every time. So if you have an account with 5, 6, 7 sportsbooks, you've picked up a deposit bonus 5, 6, 7 times. Instead of just betting with the one book and then just getting the one bonus. So it is a way to give yourself a chance to be profitable from early on. Betting with multiple sports books allows you to access the best promotions that are in the marketplace. And the third reason you need to be betting with multiple sports books is it allows you to avoid being limited. Now, this is a big problem. If you do become reasonably profitable, then sportsbooks are inclined to limit the amount of exposure they have to your betting. So they limit the amount that you can deposit potentially, but more so how much you can stake on a bet. So they will potentially limit you to $100 or $50 or even less. There's some horror stories out there. Avoiding being limited by betting with multiple sportsbooks is pretty simple. It allows you to spread your action across different books, so it's harder for them to be tracking where your betting is going. And that way it's harder for them to see if you're profitable or not in the long term. We have a great article on avoiding being limited. It's in the video notes. Betting with multiple sportsbooks is one way to do that, but there are plenty of other ways. You need to get in and read that article. If you're going to bet with multiple sportsbooks, you're going to avoid being limited for longer. You're going to be a better chance of being profitable in the long term. The fourth reason you should bet with multiple sportsbooks is it gives you exposure to obscure betting markets. Now, what I mean by that is within a mainstream market like the NFL, you could go to a company such as PointsBet and you're going to get many thousands of markets, literally 1,000 markets on any one game. betting with multiple sportsbooks, you might see a prop bet over there that you like, but then you might see something different over at FanDuel or at DraftKings or Fox Bet or whatever. So betting with multiple sportsbooks allows you to pick up the obscure markets. Not only that, obscure international sport markets, which are, 24/7. Sport is a 24/7 business, and you might be wanting to bet on something in the middle of the night. Your sportsbook that you're loyal to may not offer, but another sportsbook may do so. So betting with multiple sportsbooks allows you to attack obscure markets within mainstream markets or obscure betting sports altogether. Our world is all about choice, and so betting with multiple sportsbooks gives you that choice. Now, the fifth reason, and it's a bonus reason as to why you should bet with multiple sportsbooks, is that you can gain incentives from inactivity. So if you are betting with 6, 7, 8 different sportsbooks, and you've not really concentrated on using one particular sportsbook for a while, so one may have sat there dormant for a while, they are going to try and lure you back. And so you get incentives for inactivity. If you're just betting at one book or even two books, then you're kind of staying active all the time. And the sportsbook is less inclined to throw bonuses at you because they think you're kind of loyal anyway. So they've already got your loyalty. But if you're betting with multiple books, you can gain incentives for inactivity. And that is if you don't have any money in the account or you haven't deposited for a while, you'll get a little deposit bonus thrown your way. Maybe it's double your stake, so deposit 100, get an extra 100, something like that. Those little bonuses along the way are a great way to maintain profitability or to even break a losing streak that you're on. Bit of free money, change the momentum, get you out of the doldrums. Look for the incentives that come from inactivity. Betting with multiple sportsbooks gives you that opportunity. Right, I do need to tell you about there are a couple of negatives to betting with multiple sportsbooks. They're minor, but they are a bit of a pain. The first one is that you are going to have more money tied up in your betting accounts because you will have money spread across multiple accounts, and that's going to be an issue. So essentially your buy-in is going to be bigger just to get established. The second thing is it's time intensive to be flipping between sportsbooks because obviously if you're checking for best odds, you're logging into different apps, you're moving from one to the other, it is more time intensive. I mean, you're less likely to be able to just be at the pub or whatever and opening your phone app and just putting a bet on if you're truly going to be comparing between accounts. And the third thing is it's more difficult for you to be tracking your betting record because you have betting that's going on at multiple books. You can't just go to one place and download your betting record. So you are going to have to set up a separate third-party type app or your own tracking that occurs outside of the app so that you can be downloading your betting record from each of the apps. And that takes time and effort. And it is just a general con that comes from betting with multiple sportsbooks. There it is, guys. Betting with multiple sportsbooks is definitely a must if you're going to be a serious sports bettor. And if you want to be profitable, you do need to be doing that. The advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages. We have an article that goes into much more depth at schoolofbets.com. It's in the video notes as well. Get over to schoolofbets.com for the common sense sports betting wisdom that's just not common. I'm Jonathan, and I'm going to see you next time on the School of Bets.